All right, let's bring on Tanya Sehgal now. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Toby?
Yep, I'm doing smashing. Now, you're running a sleep program called Engineer Your Sleep. So, what are you able to tell us about that sleep program, really?
Yeah, okay. In 2018, I quit my corporate job and started working on another business of mine.
Mm,
And I realized that due to a lot of hours working, so I was at one point working 15 hours every single day,
wow.
and that took a huge toll on my health and mental health as well. And I realized that in 2018 and kind of started researching my way to find what was the root cause that I'm feeling so grumpy and irritated all the time.
Mm,
And I came across the importance and relevance of sleep. And I kept on reading and I kept on interviewing people as well. And I realized how crucial sleep is as not only a physiological part of our life because it helps you to ease and calm down,
mm,
but also a profoundly mental and emotional aspect to it as well, because we will not be able to function if it was not for sleep. Because for a lot of people, that's the only time when you can heal and gain that sort of energy.
yeah.
And that was the time when I realized that a lot of people are struggling with similar issues. And that's when I thought of curating a program around sleep and have touched in the last 1 year itself, touched lives of some 500 people in corporates, NGOs, and schools.
Yeah. And from my perspective, I probably get about 10 hours of sleep a night, and that's 2 hours over what's sort of recommended as the minimum. So I can't really imagine how I would be able to have less sleep. I'd be so tired all the time, I think.
See, it all depends on the kind of resistance a person have in the body,
Yeah.
and it has a lot to do with the kind of diet and the kind of lifestyle a person has, an individual. And the lesser resistance of friction there is in the both the physical and the mental part,
Mm,
the less sleep you require to heal and rejuvenate yourself.
yeah.
And that's where we came up with the engineer your sleep, that we not only target sleeping better and improving the quality of your sleep, but also take it much more deep in terms of getting you resistance free and taking you to a higher level of meditation. Because in meditation, if you're doing it perfectly, and we explore a lot of profound, deeper sort of meditative meditations which are derived from ancient yogic techniques. And if a person can implement those in their life,
Mm,
the sleep hours go dramatically down. So a person who's sleeping, say, 9 to 10 hours every day with proper meditation, you can get the same amount of energy in 2 or 3 hours of meditation.
wow.
So I think that's the entire scenario there is.
Yeah. Do you have any quick tips for people who want to get a better night's sleep?
Oh, definitely. I feel that some tips that are more commonly on the internet space now is that you need to cut down on white light.
Yeah.
And I feel that it's very important for the body to understand that now it's time for me to relax and
Mm,
just stop and cut myself from the world, because now is my time to enjoy and heal on my own. So if someone can just cut down an hour prior to going to bed from white light, all sources of white light, whether it's your phone or your laptop,
yeah.
and not read anything. I think a lot of people advise you to read fiction stuff so that it's easier for you to slide into sleep.
Mm,
But for me, just cut down on any sort of thing that interrupts or disrupts your sleep or your ability to just calm down and slide in that state. And we also do a few breathing exercises. And a simpler way is to just breathe 20 times from your left nostril by closing your right nostril with your right thumb.
mm,
And if this has, even this simple technique can help you sleep better, I feel.
yeah.
But there are many, many techniques that we explore inside the program.
Mm.
And Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would have thought reading a book for an hour before bed would perhaps be a good idea. What is the issue with that?
Okay, so when you're reading, you're kind of diverting your attention to that part. Okay, so a lot of people impose that idea that if you're reading some sort of fiction, because it's like a story based or kind of takes you to a fairy tale stuff, and it's not too heavy on the brain, it still interrupts because you might be still entangled at that story while you're trying to sleep. So the idea behind sleep is that an hour prior to it, you need to come into that state or slide into that state of relaxation so that your sleep becomes more profound. So there's this idea of deep sleep. A lot of people who engage in activities just before going to sleep, their deep sleep cycle is very, very short. And that's why they might encounter imbalance in their mood. They might have sleeping disorders, or just the ability to handle stress also declines for those people.
Okay, yeah. Well, where are we able to find your services everywhere if we'd like to get a better sleep?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Deep Talks with Tanya. I'm a sleep and meditation coach, and we also have a very elaborate holistic healing programs running at this point. But I'm just making it more profound, this Engineer Your Sleep program, and we will be opening enrollment for April next week. So if anybody is interested, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is Deep Talks, DEEP, with WITH, with Tanya, TANYA.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining us here. It's been very interesting to have you on.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.